What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm celebrating the 65th anniversary of Rio Bravo. And then, how am I get my John Wayne voice on? I can't do his voice. Howdy, partner. I'm never gonna. Nope. It's every time I try, it's just not happening. It's a John Wayne movie. Who famously, sort of had a little bit of a hard time getting a lot of Oscar love, but he eventually True Grit happened for him. Um, so it's John Wayne, Dean Martin, uh, Ricky Nelson. Who else is in this? Angie Dickinson, uh, and I don't know whatever character actor is playing Stumpy because what a hilariously weird performance. Uh, this is a weird movie. This is an 8 on IMDb and it's been admitted in the National Board of Registry, so I shouldn't make too much fun of it. It's directed by Howard Hawks, who was also nominated for the DGA for this. It's kind of the highest nomination it got. It got no Oscar nominations. Um, and Golden Globe was nominated only in Breakthrough when they used to have Breakthrough Performer. It was nominated for Best Male Breakthrough for Ricky and Best Female for Angie. Um, but yeah, this film didn't really trend. It's amazing that this is in the National Film Registry with as little, and it also has like a 93 Metacritic and an 8. This is like the Shawshank Redemption or something of its time. This is like the undiscovered gem, apparently, from the Westerns. I'm sort of fascinated by it, obviously, because I didn't grow up in 1959. So I looked on this film and I was like, wow, this is a lot of praise for a movie that seemingly got very little from the industry itself. So, but Rio Bravo plays kind of like you would expect a Western to play. Uh, kind of like I would have expected a John Wayne Western. It didn't really change a whole lot. John Wayne is he plays, I don't know, Cooper, Chucky, something with a C. I can't remember. He plays himself basically, and he's the law. He is the law of this little town. It's the Wild West. I don't, it's feels like it's like a collection of buildings, and you just kind of like people like ride through, and you're like, man, a good tornado would just just like the whole town would be gone. But yeah, not an expansive town at all. But there's some businesses, and he's there to protect them. And he's got Dude, uh, which is Dean Martin, and in the audio description, he's called Dude, and I love that because they just not the dude, just Dude. So Dude walks over, Dude does this, Dude puts his gun down, Dude pulls his gun, Dude. I was like, Dude, where's my car, Dude? It's, Dude. um, Angie plays the love interest, I guess, to John Wayne, the female. She's the female of the movie. And Ricky's like the young, inexperienced one. Uh, and then there's this Stumpy who is, man, that was a voice. This dude who's doing this boy from back in the day. I'm Stumpy, and I'm. I was like, wow, man, where did you get this voice from? I'm Stumpy. I'm going to be in this. I'm going to be doing this thing here over me. Just like listening to this dude, it was my favorite part of Rio Bravo. Honestly, I was like, this character actor is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what voice. I don't know what he thinks people sounded like, but I'm loving it. I'm here for this performance. Um, I think it should be a Best Supporting Actor nominated performance. It is so goofily acted. And then we have this Latino guy that runs in and out who is exceedingly stereotypically Latino. Like he sounds like he did the voice work for Speedy Gonzalez. Like he sounds like he's leaning into the stereotype of being Latino. Like he couldn't just be, brown. He sounds like when Gabriel Iglesias leans into the accent. Like he there's a way that he normally speaks, and then he like leans into it, and it kind of sounds like that. It kind of sounds like he's when that sort of like overly stereotypical voice. And I'm like, we put this in the National Film Registry, y'all. This is what this is what we put. Um, so I do need to watch more westerns because I need to find out. I need to watch bad ones is the thing because like I need to see the quality of Rio Bravo, and I feel like I've only seen westerns that people are that like stood the test of time, that people are like, oh, this is a great one. And this is my first time watching Rio Bravo because it's an anniversary year, and I was like, oh well, I've always heard good things about Rio. Looked up on IMDb. Oh, it's like an 8. Wow, this is gonna be a great movie. uh it's okay. um it's also got some sort of like, it's all over the place. Like it's kind of like a comedy, it's kind of like an action. I think it's unintentionally funny at some points. They also sit down and sing because both Dean and Ricky are singers. So there's just this like part of the movie where they just kind of stop and sing for a little while, both of them, and then Dean comes back in at like the end of the movie and he's like singing over like right at the end of the movie. He's got like the title song, the Rio Bravo song. But it's just funny that this like action western thing, they just have time to stop and they're like, we're gonna sit around a campfire and sing some tunes because we hired Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson, so of course we are. um yeah, it's an interesting movie. Yeah, I don't know that it has any like iconic, I don't know what's iconic about it. I mean, again, I do feel like I haven't seen enough westerns to necessarily understand what could make this one better. I'm just assuming that if this is at the top, that there must have been a lot of westerns that were not very good. But I hear a lot about the westerns from this period, all and they all. I keep hearing about the great ones, the High Noons, the Goods, the Bads, and the Uglies, the Searchers. You keep hearing about all of those, and you're like, well, okay, so where's the bad one? What do I have to compare it to? Um, so the audio description was nice. Like I said, it's funny to hear dude all the time because Dean is the number two. So he is in a lot of the movie. And obviously there's a lot of stuff to describe him doing. So you do hear the term dude a lot more than he's called dude in the film. It's in the audio description quite a bit, and it just made me giggle. But yeah, dude, Stumpy is yeah, Stumpy's something else. I don't know if he's offensive to disability or not. I couldn't get past the accent. I just I was too enamored with the choice, with the very very strong bold choice um to do this accent. And I best supporting actor of 1959. I don't know what else. I don't know who else is up, who else is eligible, but man, this Stumpy, this is. I don't even want it to say the actors. I just want it to be Stumpy, so that everybody knows. Like it's one of those if you know things. Um, so what a weird movie. Uh, and I don't know how this movie got, like why this movie wasn't accepted in 1959 really like critically, aside from the fact that obviously they definitely, I mean, Angie Dickinson definitely went on to do a lot. Ricky Nelson really had his singing career also. um so I don't know that profoundly as an actor, but I mean they're not bad picks for a breakthrough actor because they're like, we both know who they are, that it just fade away for this movie. So the fact they were both nominated is not surprising. But yeah, that's just sort of vanished. Like that, during awards season, everybody was like, "I don't know about Rio Bravo, man. I don't know about Rio Bravo." So we didn't have all the awards back then, like that we do, but we did have Oscars. We had a couple things, so it could have been there somewhere in the Oscars. It just isn't. Uh, it doesn't even have a score that I was like, oh man, like some of the westerns have amazing scores where you're like, damn, this score is phenomenal. It just has a score, and it's not the kind of score where I'm like, oh, if you play it later, then I'm gonna recognize the score. Obviously, if I hear Rio Bravo sung by Dean Martin, I'm gonna know it's from Rio Bravo. Like, whatever. Anyway, so this is my thoughts on a classic. I don't just immediately go, wow, it's a classic, so I have to bow down to it. But it wasn't bad. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is like, most of the westerns are a little bit longer than they should be in general. So I kind of knew it was going to be when I walked into it, and so 65 years, and I got another John Wayne movie off my list, and I also got to see what it was like to see Dean Martin do a western, which is feels to me like an odd choice. But I actually thought he was okay. Like he didn't stand out. Ricky Nelson did a pretty good job. He's got a little bit of an accent. Um, yeah, this movie was all in all could have been not great, but somehow resulted in an experience that I didn't totally hate. I just kind of question if this is like National Film Registry level. Like, are we really there with this? Um, but I'm gonna give Rio Bravo a B. Still, I mean, still a good score. And the movie was fine. Like it just felt like a typical Western. It just didn't feel like I had watched the best Western that ever was. And it's like it's kind of hard to get in the National Film Registry. So, and to get there with seemingly little fanfare, and the fact that it has this high IMDb and high Metacritic is just. I feel like I just need to talk to more people about Rio Bravo to be like, what is it that you found in this movie that I'm missing? Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.